Hey, thank you for coming by. Tori Magoo 44 again. I appreciate it. Thank you all for your comments on my latest video. It's really, you guys are wonderful. It's Memorial Day weekend, and first of all, I want to thank any of the military men and women who are right now fighting for our freedoms. I greatly appreciate it and standing up for it. And certainly to all the families who've lost men and women fighting for our country and our freedoms, my blessings to each one of you. And secondly, having to do with freedom, I very much want to thank every single Scientologist, ex-Scientologist, critic, never-in, anonymous, everyone who has stood up against the abuses of the Church of Scientology, which my name now is the soul-sucking vampire criminal business pretending to be a religion, Scientology. There you go. That's it. Anyway, this is a video about Wikipedia. I know I'm going to do my thing on the front groups, and this is just a little one squeezing in between. I wanted to wish everyone, excuse me, a happy Memorial Day weekend. And I also wanted to tell you, one of my friends asked me about Wikipedia, and rather than write it all out, because it's just too much to write out, I just figured I'd make a little video about it. So there you go. Some of you may know about it, some of you may not. Quick backstory, I was in 30 years. In the 90s, my auditor and best friend, an auditor being a counselor, best friend Bill Yachty, asked me to help him handle the critics on the internet. I was a true believer. I trusted him, and I started opening up these phony accounts, right? And watching him. And he was manipulating the internet. I didn't know what he was doing, but I thought, okay, I'll do it, whatever. Finally, I looked, found out they were stopping free speech on the internet, and I escaped out, left forever. That's it. Gone, done, finished, boom. Okay, so that was in July of 2000. Now roll forward, Wikipedia gets rolling. Excuse me, and one of my friends starts a little Wikipedia site for me. It's probably about 2 paragraphs long. It was just like, not much. She starts a little thing, puts it up there, and, you know, I'm checking it occasionally and checking L. Ron Hubbard, Dave Miscavige, the church, different things like that. And when I say church, remember what I mean by that. It isn't a church. Okay, but I start checking it, and I notice it's getting whittled down, right? Just a little bit at a time. And meantime, someone from Wikipedia, not someone working for Wikipedia, I don't think, but helping them and definitely connected with them, started calling me because all kinds of stuff was happening in 2000, 2001, or whenever Wikipedia started, all around that time. But there was lots of stuff happening. And he had lots of questions about it. What was happening here? What was happening there? And he would call me, and I would say, well, this is what I know, blah, 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 right? And he'd leave. And this went on for many, many years, where he would call me, I'd tell him what I know, he'd thank me, that was it. Meantime, I start noticing they are editing and covertly changing these facts about L. Ron Hubbard, David Miscavige, and definitely me. I'm like getting whittled down to nothing, right? And so I start talking to him, and I say, you know, they're on there covertly editing Wikipedia, and you don't know it. And believe me, I know, because I opened up the phony accounts for them. So I know that's what they're doing, right? And so I mentioned it to him more and more and more. And finally he says, you know what? He calls me up one day and he says, we're going to have a council and we want you on it. We're going to check this out as far as Scientology editing Wikipedia covertly. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And he said, why not? And I said, you have to understand, and again, I showed it to you yesterday, but it's kind of fun to get out. It's a holiday. I got to bring out my SP Declare. They declare people like this, suppressive person. They write down all this bullshit, that's all it is, a bunch of lies. It's over on Xenu.net if you want to ever read it, but it's just a bunch of stuff they make up. That's what L. Ron Hubbard said. If you don't have shit on somebody, make it up. Not that I didn't do a lot of stuff. I did, but I had told everybody about it. So they didn't really have any secrets to tell about me, so they just made up a bunch of stuff. That's on the SP Declare. Okay, so now I forgot where I was. Damn, that always happens to me with this. Okay, so we're talking about Wikipedia. We're talking about the guy. He calls me up. He wants me on the panel. I say no. Oh, that's right, because I'm declared suppressive. And I said, no, if you figure out at the end of this meeting or meetings that Scientology is covertly editing Wikipedia they will say, we have to redo it. Why? Because Tori was on the panel and she's a declared suppressive and blah, 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 all this stuff they'll say about me. So I said, you guys do your own investigation and let me know what happens. So he calls me up, I don't know, it took a couple of weeks, a month, but he calls me up and he says, all right, they're done. They're banned. That's it. We decided they're banned. And I said, fantastic. And so I say to the guy, now look, here's the deal. I've helped you for years. And they have whittled down my Wikipedia site till it's like nothing. You know how to fix Wikipedia. And he did. So I said, I want you to just, put in a fair amount. And he goes, well, you have to have backup, interviews and things like that. And I said, I've been interviewed by Rolling Stone magazine, CNN, Inside Edition, la, 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 on and on and on. I said, look around the internet. There's interviews everywhere. So he did. And I'll put a link to it because it's really cool, the Wikipedia site. I mean, I can't thank him enough. If you're listening, thank you so much because it just meant a lot to me. It's not 100% correct. There's a couple of things that are incorrect on it. And one of these days we'll get together and correct it. But in the meantime, for the most part, it's correct and it's good. I never posted on the internet. I think on there it says I did. I didn't for the church. I did for me. I made 4,000 videos in 4 weeks from June till July 19th when I woke up. And I made 4,000, not videos, 4,000 posts in 4 weeks. And I woke up and I left Scientology forever. And that's actually what happened. I opened up those accounts, but I didn't post on it. Bill Yachty did and some other people. Okay, so there you go on that. So there's that part of it. Then the part B of it is one of my friends said, hey, they're going to have a movie. They've made a movie about Wikipedia. Do you want to go see it? I said, yeah. So we go and we see it. And they have a Q&A at the end, out at the Arrow. And the owner, the guys that made the DVD are there. And at the end, I raised my hand and I said, I just want to let you guys know. Because in the middle of the video, I forgot to tell you, it says, some people are covertly editing Wikipedia. And these people have been banned forever. And it has right in the middle, the Church of Scientology with a big X on it, banned, right? And I was like, right on. So in the Q&A, I raised my hand and I said, look, I opened up those phony accounts. So if you ever have a problem with this, you can call me and I will back you up because I opened the accounts. So I know they're using those and there you go. And so I went up and talked to them. They thanked me a lot and it was great meeting them. I was really happy it happened. I'm happy they made that DVD and they said they're having huge success on it. It started out with colleges and then high schools, and now they're putting it in grade schools. It's basically an educational video on how to use Wikipedia. But kind of interesting that Scientology is in the middle, bad. So anyway, that's my little story about Wikipedia and what happened. I'll put the link on my Wikipedia page just so you can see it, just for fun. I don't have a copy of the old one, but it was about a paragraph by the end. It was nothing. And the photographs are kind of old, so I'm a little chubby, but what the hell. And so is everybody in it. We've all lost weight since then, so that's kind of fun. I've lost 100 pounds altogether and kept it off for 7 years now. So there you go. And that's with Weight Watchers. So there you go. That's my tip for the weekend. And have a wonderful day tomorrow. As they say in Weight Watchers, if you go off your program and eat everything that you shouldn't be eating or you don't want to eat, just have fun, enjoy the day, and then the next day, get back on program. So there you go. That's your other tip. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.